Bibiani, had wanted this thing for a very long time. For 23 years, it's not an easy thing. So we being part of that history, was a very great achievement for us.
I was starting, the dream has come true already. So I didn't know what to do. I just sat down looking at them. They were jubilating, running around the field. I was just sitting down looking at them.
It has been a very, very difficult mantle for us, and I think I should say it is one of the biggest opportunity that I should say anyone who wants to say he's an administrator of a football club must go and do it. It's not easy to qualify it for Division 1.
It's been a crazy 23-year wait for Ghana Premier League or Premier League football here in Bibiani. The wonderful mining town of the Western North region of Ghana has been crying for this. It's finally arrived, and we're here to find out the kind of impact the Ghana Premier League has had on the people and this wonderful town. We've known it to be about mining, but we're here to learn a lot more. Bibiani, the capital of Bibiani Jnr Municipal Assembly within the Western North region of Ghana, has been a huge part of Ghana's history for its mining activities. Operations at the Bibiani mine started in 1902 and closed in 1913 after recovering an estimated 70,000 ounces of gold. In 1927, mining activities restarted. Between now and then, a number of takeovers have happened, with companies like State Gold Mining Corporation, Ashanti Gold Fields, Central African Gold, and Investec taking charge at some point. The mine is currently run by Ashanti Gold, who announced the acquisition for $90 million last year. Throughout this journey, every mining company has found the important link between Bibiani's love for football and their core mandate.
Number one, Gold Stars is a legacy work by the mine, and Gold Stars started long ago. I believe Gold Stars even started before myself, because I have some of my senior brothers who went to Bibiani Senior High School and some of the schools in Bibiani who still talk about Gold Stars. It started as a community team. It went to Bibiani Complex, before it became Bibiani Gold Stars. And all those things, I was a young man. So without putting dates on it, what I say is that Gold Stars identifies with the people of Bibiani. And so Bibiani mine, over the years, successive companies have really supported Bibiani Gold Stars, because the entire people of Bibiani identify with the Gold Stars team. Number two, if you look at the chieftaincy echelon in Bibiani, they are all in support of the Bibiani Gold Stars. You look at the opinion leaders, you look at the government administrative setting, the way they are proud of the team. It tells you that the embodiment of Bibiani as far as sports is concerned, the highest level you can talk about is Gold Stars. And so we were only happy to attach ourselves to something that the people like. So we only took over the team as a community team and worked with it. And it's been something that we succeeded from the predecessor mining companies and working with it.
And Emmanuel Addo is right. Tracing the roots of the ongoing love affair between the mines and Bibiani Gold Stars, the single symbol of football, led me to Ibrahim Mohammed, former player and longest serving team manager of Gold Stars.
I started with the club in latter part of 1998.
1998.
1998. Then those days I was handling a second division team here called Complex Stars.
Complex Stars.
Yes. It was a former wood and metal company here, and they formed the club, named it Complex Stars. So I played the team and then became a coach of the team. So it was later part of 1997. You know, we decided to give up because we were left with only 2 people managing the team.
Yeah.
Myself and one man called Addo Jnr, still around. So when we were trying to fold up, this company came, Ashanti Gold Bibiani Limited came, and the managing director invited me to the office that he wanted to form a team for the company, that's the mining company. So I told him there is a second division team here, so if they will feel happy adopting the team, he gave us the green light. That was where Gold Stars started.
Wow.
So we gave him the team. I called out my brother. We went to the managing director plus his mine managers.
Yeah.
We sat around the table and we gave them the green light that the team is there, is for the town. It's left with only myself and that my brother. We are managing it.
Yeah.
So if he feels taking over will help the town, we don't have any problem. It's not for sale. We should take the team and let us also have job or work to do. So the managing director took over the team, and immediately we changed the team's name to Gold Stars Football Club.
Like brothers with same parents, Bibiani's mine and football connection meant at times sharing football management with elder brother Ashanti Gold. Shared colours, shared ideologies, only separated by the football tier they competed in. Josi is chairman of the Ghana League Clubs Association and was CEO of Ashanti Gold for close to a decade.
Bibiani Gold Stars and Ashanti Gold operated under the conglomerate of Anglo Ashanti. Anglo Ashanti at a point owned the Bibiani mines. So there was a relationship. And we virtually turned Bibiani Gold Stars into our nursery club. We used to poach a lot of players from there. And we also transferred some players who needed playing time. So that relationship has been there. At a point in time, we had one board chairman. The board chairman for Ashanti Gold was the same person who was the board chairman for Bibiani Gold Stars, in the person of Mr. Dr. Addo Jnr. So that relationship has been there. It was when that mine was sold out by Anglo Ashanti to some other private investors, but we still have that relationship. Ash Gold's color used to colors are yellow and black. Their color used to be yellow and green. So we had that relationship.
Wow.
We could go there and then pick their best player at no cost to play for. So they regarded Ash Gold as their senior side, and they also considered themselves as the junior side of Ash Gold. So that relationship has been there.
Yeah. So with your I don't know, just go back in your time in just go through your memory. Which players, which top players?
I was trying to get this player. He eventually landed in Adriana. He was virtually
Elvis Opoku.
Yes, he was virtually walked into my office to be signed.
Okay.
Unfortunately for me, you know, Ash Gold were doing things like we tried to be corporate, a lot of corporate. So at the time Elvis was brought to me, Bashiru Eford wasn't there to give the green light, because we as management, we don't recruit players for coaching. So the current CEO, I don't know the title, is it Kwesi Edu? He virtually walked Elvis to my office. But because it looked like we were not ready, that was why Elvis found his way to Adriana. So that relationship has been there. He still calls me chief
because I was the chief executive officer of Ashanti Gold. They normally call me chief. Kwesi Edu still calls me chief. So that relationship, so they will feel at home when they get to Obuasi. Yeah, and I'm sure Ashanti Gold also feel at home. There was no way we could play off-season matches, Ashanti Gold, without playing one or two in Bibiani. Yeah, so that has been a relationship.
You will think mining is the pulse of Bibiani. Far from that, football is.
I should say Gold Stars is the brand of Bibiani. You know, now football has taken over the life of indigents in this country. For instance, when you go back to some Premier League centers, like Doma, in the shape of what Bibiani Stars, go to Bechem in the shape of what Bechem United. The same thing is what is being represented here, because Bibiani has been a town with a viable economic life. People have come here, big people have stayed here, but the attraction have been on the sideline because of there wasn't anything that would bring them up. And we are so fortunate to have gotten Gold Stars that we are doing it in the Division 1 days. But you know, the mileage that you get at the Premier League level is wide, and that have given the Bibiani town and its neighboring communities, they have given their whole heart to Gold Stars. And it's like if you touch Gold Stars, you've touched their eye. They love to see the team winning. I quite remember when the team first qualified. You know, we had 3 teams qualifying in Ghana. The shape Accra Lions and RTU. You know, RTU have been there before. But when Gold Stars qualified, it took the whole country into a shape. We had a lot of messages, even our Vice President, Dr. Mahmoud Bahomia, congratulating Gold Stars on that achievement. It means that the premiership is something that the community were in dire need of, and they've gotten it.
The struggle to get into the Ghana Premier League was on for more than 2 decades. The harder they pushed, the more it looked implausible. And it will take 23 good years to achieve.
It was very difficult, very, very difficult. You know, that's what I told you, that football, at times when you are playing, you don't have powerful men behind you. It's very difficult to qualify. It's not that we don't have the powerful men, but they don't have the time. You know, football, it's something that you have to get an app very, like full-time. It's a full-time business. And you know, the management members too, they were all working at the mine. So nobody will leave the mine and follow the team. So at times you can play in the Zona 1, you qualify. But when you get to the middle league, you go with maybe one or 2 management members. I know it's very difficult. Yes. So that's why it was very difficult. We qualified on several occasions. Gold Stars qualified. We came, Samatex was there before Gold Stars. Samatex. But people think Samatex, Gold Stars came before Samatex. They usually complain that why we've kept long in the division, why we don't want to qualify. No. Well, what about Samatex and other clubs? Because we have been qualifying every season, we can qualify from our area. But when you get to the top there, it's very difficult. It's very, very difficult getting to the premiership. You know, so when the system changed to that 16-man league, we saw that it was an advantage for us. That time we are going around the whole region, about the 3 regions, which is Ashanti, Western region, and then Central region. We all come together. This time we are not going to play and go and play any middle league. We top the league, you go.
You are gone.
That's why it was very difficult for us to qualify?
When I came from 2016 there, I represented in any of the middle leagues. The last middle league that we went, we had a very comprehensive challenge with West African Football Academy. That time they were still final.
Yes.
That was the year they qualified and they changed to Wafa. And from there, we have not represented any middle league before. So from the middle league era, we started battling with Elena Sharks in the shape of Park Crescendum.
Yes.
You can imagine the strength that Elena Sharks coupled that season. And even that season, George, Gold Stars had an issue with notoriety. And the team, after week 3, was banned 10 home matches.
Yes.
So we were playing most of our matches at Josi. And we still survived to place 3rd on the league log. That's where I said, no, look, the possibility of getting the North is there. And the following season, we had the challenge with Karela. Karela was formerly Metro Stars.
Yeah.
And Metro Stars was in secondary until that one was transferred to Enyinasie, and the name was changed to Karela.
Yeah.
And they were hosting their match at Crosby Memorial Park.
Yes.
I think we need to also recommend or say something good about Bibiani.
Yes.
May he so rest in peace. In fact, I had a very good leg challenge with the man. And after the season, they qualified. The man said, look, the next team that must qualify is Gold Stars. He can understand the kind of tough challenge we gave to him. And George, God being it, from Karela, this unfortunate issue happened there, and as expose, we couldn't have a full season. And we came to the normalization to that one too. We started mentoring our tactics, and we came to 2021 under 30 years of Kreku administration, and the team just started. We went 4 straight wins, home and away, and we started picking other favorable points, and the team qualified. It has been a very, very difficult mantle for us, and I think I should say it is one of the biggest opportunity that I should say anyone who wants to say he's an administrator of a football club must go and do it. It's not easy to qualify it for Division 1. Sleepless night, getting your strategies correct, being on point on issues. Issues. I can't say much about it.
There are many issues.
So, George, that has been the story.
Bibiani Gold Stars secured promotion to the Ghana Premier League for the first time in their history, following a goalless draw with Pacific Heroes, and they more than deserved the feat. With 2 games to the end of the season, Bibiani Gold Stars led the Zone 3 tables with 62 points, with Sky FC second, and qualified with games to spare under former coach Kobne Misa, who is Ghana's expert in getting teams promoted.
This team has been amazing because I just put them together less than 6 months and they have achieved this feat. And it was hard working, determination from me and the players and the management and my technical staff that we have to make sure we bring premiership to Bibiani people, especially Western North and especially the Sefi people. They are hungry because they give up that no, we can't get premiership. But I told you, maybe there's a magic under my sleep, so they should try me. And lo and behold, they try me, and it has become a successful. And I'm happy to be part of Bibiani Gold Stars qualification to the premiership.
And so how do the people react to you now that you have made it for them? When they meet you in town, what do they tell you?
They said, hey, this person approach is a magician. Because everywhere he goes, you do certain things as though nobody will be a magician. But in fact, the day of qualification that we drew a game at Wood Pacific, it was amazing. I'm so excited. I can see some of them be crying. Some of them, they don't know what to do. Yeah. They are so happy that at long last, they have got to the premiership. And so I told them that I don't need money. They only have to put my statue at the runabout. Coach Emsa holding a ball with 4 fingers. That is qualified for teams. That's the only thing I need from them.
It meant a lot to us, because though you can be in a different club for about 2-3 years, then you qualify. But Bibiani, had wanted this thing for a very long time. For 23 years is not an easy thing. So we being part of that history, was a very great achievement for us, which till date we still have that feel in us. The atmosphere here was super, which we have that videos, pictures, which certain times we get back to watch, which I think it's part of our memory, because as a footballer, certain times you need to have at least some records, which even after football, you can make it as a priority for yourself. So that day was one of our great days in football.
Yeah, after our 4 matches, we played 4 matches on the row and we won. And we said, no, this one, as for this one, we have to qualify the team for the community, because they need it badly. So we came together and we assured ourselves that no, we are going to qualify this team for the first time, to make record for ourselves too. So it's like we planned it from the beginning and we came out successfully.
Wow. What was the feeling when you qualified?
It was great. It was great. So marvelous. It's like, it's beyond my imagination.
Yeah.
Seriously, it was beyond my imagination.
Is that the biggest thing that's happened to you so far?
Well, I've played Premier team before, but to qualify for Premiership, no, I've never played Division 1 to qualify for Premiership before. So it's like, it was a great feeling for me.
Well, I couldn't do anything. I was saddened. The dream has come true already, so I didn't know what to do. I just sat down looking at them. They were jubilating, running around the field. I was just sitting down looking at them. I couldn't even stand up from my seat. I was just looking at them, because I thought what I was yearning for or praying for has come true. So I have to relax.
You didn't know how to react?
No, I didn't react. I just sat down. So after they've gone around, running, my wife came, picked me. We went to the field, the playing field. My boy was part of the final team.
Yeah.
So I called him, we had a picture, and then I congratulated him for the good job done. I called my man, Addo, you've done what I want. And that was the end.
Mining, yes, is the heart of Bibiani. But the dance park where the team plays its home games, right here, is the soul of Bibiani. Because everyone, from the cheap seats to the chiefs, pays attention to what happens on this ground. Their hope is that they do not only qualify for the Premier League, not only play in the Premier League, but surely stay in the Premier League and make it work out in it.
Life in the Ghana Premier League has not been all rosy. But for a club experiencing top-tier football for the first time, 6 wins, 2 draws, 9 defeats largely on the road in 17 games could only get better. Former Asante Kotoko coach Michael Osei, now running the show in Bibiani, is aware of the task ahead when the second round of the Ghana Premier League begins.
I think, like I said, so far the team is gelling. I mean, they are working so hard. I mean, tactically and technically and physically, we are. I can see we are in top. But there's a lot of room to improve, so we are still working very hard. And then so far, I mean, I'm very satisfied with the whole process. I mean, the boys are doing very well, responding, training very well. And then during the games, you can see we are very tactical, discipline. I mean, the fighting spirit, determination, everything is going on well. But we need to do much more. And then I believe it will come. Yeah.
So coach, when you had the call to come to Bibiani, what went through your mind? Do you already know how this place was before, or you had to do some background check?
I was knowing a little about the team because we played the same league. I mean, the same what do you call it?
the same level. I mean, we were playing Fair Division when I was in Star Madrid. And then during the Star Madrid, I decided that at the end of the season, I'll quit from Star Madrid because there was a lot of challenges over there, which I did my best to stay over there. But I decided to end it up. Why? Because I wanted to come back to the Premier. So they contacted me, and then I did my checks, and I saw that it's a place I can work, and then I'll be okay with the team.
Osei's men are very much with him on how passionate Bibiani Gold Stars fans are. A perfect reflection of how much they love their team.
They love football. If you see the atmosphere around when we have a league game, you can see how the feel they have for the club, which I think any player would love to play a club which their supporters doesn't joke with the team. Though I'm from Kumasi, I can see the atmosphere over there when Kotoko is playing. I can't say they are like Kotoko, but they are likewise Kotoko, because Kotoko is a big club which we all know. So me being here, the supporters are fantastic.
And I'm living witness to the naked passion on the streets of Bibiani on match days.
Bibiani Gold Stars by me niaji. Me no ko shande kwa. Me hum bibia sa. E ma me hotome. Nti me do team ni papa.
Bibiani Gold Stars team bia edaya kuma so pa from day one etu nei. Blah 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 Saneba Premier League. And never Bibiani kwa dia. Untimi fa rain koda. Why are they draw?
From me kate se brema me da ba abro we. Na me bra Gold Stars supporter. No bobo Gold Stars team. From complex up to Bade Santi, I'm many pa. They qualify and so many ajon. Say you buy your toade near the Ademaye. Am I so yes at any time?
Match day in Bibiani is really a sight to behold. From a serious display of paraphernalia across town to the huge numbers at the stadium and the unified reaction afterwards, whether win or lose.
Don't do that. Allow him to do his work.
Sergeant Peter Akoli travels miles to come and see Gold Stars play. He has made it a ritual to visit when Gold Stars play at home and performs his unofficial coaching role anyway.
Yeah, they don't take you away. Wait. Yes.
Sometimes it's just to give them motivation, morale, to concentrate. Especially when they score the first goal, you see them that they are jubilating. That place, if you are not careful, before you realize they can equalize. So I'm just encouraging them that they should manage the game, looking at the time that they had their first goal and left about just 15 or 20 minutes. So that time, there's no need for them to rush. Just take time, manage the ball. Yes, so that they can get the 3 points for me. Gold Stars, I've been hearing their name always in Division 1. They will play before you realize last minute. They will not qualify to Premier. So this season when they qualify for Premier, I jubilate a lot. Though I don't have any share in the team, but I was very happy that they qualify to play the Premier teams. I was very happy.
The dance park is entertained on a weekly basis by the Open Stars Jama group, who stand on their feet for 90 minutes singing throughout the game in there. And it's very easy to spot them on match days.
Yeah, yes, you German idea, no crab coupe, and what she euro. Also, Casaka, some pepe, as a Murano, I've been ever. Murano, my David, Murano Macra. Me, I'm a penalty by so many so much, Murano Beba. Musia has us, and I'm waiting. Aaron has us, Aaron has us. Just started 8 o'clock. Yeah, for 10 o'clock.
Now, a what team in the bar?
A what team in the bar? And here, you know, no, we can Open Stars unstoppable. Open Stars unstoppable. You just start here, unstoppable. Sam Pepe. Move to you now, because yeah, to our first half play, you know. 90 minutes, you know.
A few years back, Gold Stars was synonymous with pitch invasions, fan notoriety, and hooliganism.
The situation courted a lot of punishment for the club, including home bans and hefty fines. CEO Kwasi Addo explains why hooliganism is a thing of the past.
You know, engagement is very, very, very key element. Engagement with your supporters, educating them, letting them understand that, hey, look, football is about friendship. If someone comes to your grounds, you will definitely go to the person's grounds. Yes. And you know, we are playing about 16 teams. George is my friend. Kwame is my friend. So if you hunt on George, probably other one also be hunt on you. So we gave them the dynamics that, look, the referees are human. Most of the issues that was bringing about notoriety issues was in respect to what? Officiating. Yeah. And to be honest with you, the Ghana Football Administration, the referees, managers, and the referees per se, they are doing fantastically well. Yeah. Looking at the last 2 years under review, because decisions on referees were on point. When you mess up, they get you punished.
Yes, we are. Yes.
And you could see that coming into this season, things have changed for the better life. So we were so much emphatic that they should not look at the referees. They should consider the team winning 8 matches. And they got that perception correct. Yeah. That is why I think from the last 5 years, even Gold Stars last season qualifying, we never had any issue with a GFA.
Football without incidents at the Dan Park means booming business for many entrepreneurs. Che Nwako is the owner of the Ranch Restaurant, renowned sitting place for football fans before and after Gold Stars games. Situated in the heart of Bibiani, the Ranch Restaurant seats about 200. But life with the Ghana Premier League around is a lot better.
We are so thrilled to see them really like do well in the Division 1, then qualified and in the Premier League. So for many of us, I mean, it has to do with like the business that comes with it. Like every 2 weeks there's a visiting team, and after matches, you know, like you see a lot of things happening, especially for us in the hospitality industry. And more so, also it's now like it's taking the town's name everywhere. You know, like before, like I was telling you earlier, 6 March is one of our most important and critical day in this area in Bibiani. Not Christmas, not Easter, not any other day, but 6 March. So on 6 March, we usually play like a football match, whether it's Asante Kotoko or House of Oak. But before, when you go, they will just give you like a team B or junior team to come and play with you. So we never had a chance to really watch some of like their world class or the top class players. Yeah. But now the story has changed. Everybody, like Kotoko was here last 2 weeks, and Fabio Gama and all those guys, I mean, they were here. So imagine if they come on 6 March, the excitement and, you know, like what the day already stand to become or what we know it as, what we know it to be, plus that seeing like Ghana Premier League team playing here will be like a very tough one for us. Like, excellent. Joy. Each home game, which is like tomorrow, depending upon the team. But even the last time was like Accra Lions. Yeah. Accra Lions just like Bibiani Gold Stars. We all just qualified. But even with that, close to I think 3,000 people came to watch that match. Oh, you know. So afterwards, because they come from all over, they decided to hang around and chill, and you know, some people will sleep over and all that. So yes, it has.
The success of Bibiani Gold Stars and their presence in the Premier League delights the leadership of the town, who agree the fanfare around playing top-tier football in Ghana is breathtaking.
Gold Stars in Bibiani League, for some time now, there's a Gold Stars almost struggles to Premier, but it could do come on, Mr. HB Abam, at Nansina, Mr. Yamia Lumua, Abra Yipuma Kwem, Ama Gold Stars are qualified for Premier. But qualifying for Premier, no, in fact, I guess I'm a Bibiani Creeper, but and say, Gold Stars qualify. Mr. Matches course biano. Chrono lively. Impuntu ebe chrono. Bia nia in fact. Ama chrono lively. Say last time Mr. Mubakaya kotokoni premier Gold Stars match. Impa bakrum bye. Hotels nyina ye ma omko stadium kra dance park. Na me say obi kra nya ticket. In fact, ema ekro ehwem kra me kro no pa edimputuo eba kro mu. Ama kro na any adan from surface na a dormant town and as a ghost town. Bibiani is reviving as at now.
That's surely more motivation for Ashanti Gold to pump more money and keep the club afloat.
As a company, our social license is a continuous acceptance of the Bibiani Mine project. So if we accept to continue to work with Gold Stars, sponsor Gold Stars, to the extent that historically, Ashanti Gold is the only mine that has been able to get to a premiership, the prestigious Ghanaian premiership. And that tells you that we really had a high commitment towards that target. Because successive companies have come and gone, we couldn't get there. So if Ashanti Gold has really achieved this success, that should tell you it's really very high on our record. And myself as the CSR manager, Gold Stars is high on my record, particularly because it provides a very high avenue to identify with the culture of the people, identify our language, identify our talent pool in terms of sports. It also creates business avenues, because anytime Gold Stars plays football in Bibiani, you see hotels getting business, you see food vendors getting business, you see water vendors getting business, and as a mind, that's our happiness. To be able to create avenues that the people themselves will work towards creating a boosting economy, to improving upon the entire economic fiber in the municipality. That's generally our preoccupation. And that is not just about the money we are spending. We are looking at how the people accept what you are doing. So, George, you and I will agree that even as a father, if you continue to direct your children into areas that they are not so much interested, what is the return?
You're in trouble.
You know, so our CSR investment is not really to sort of gain something physical, but it is to make sure that the people are good, they feel good.
So it's Bibiani Gold Stars all the way, supported by Ashanti Gold Mines and the proud people of Bibiani. No better motivation to keep on then.
Me assure what supporters are friend Ankeshi. I'm supporting her. She will get in a young relegation that will stay in the premiership. So they should have believe in us.
Me da baby, especially me da baby any fans no community ni asepa. Say me so my be part of the baby any my community no. Me buy no the way I musi me so no, any the way I cherish me no. I'm also happy. So no me technical team no any me playing body no players no. Any abrese you be working hard ama. They also achieve no at the end of the season no your target say you be stay in the league no nya respectable position no. Yes so you be adwumaden ni make sure say at the end no you need omu nyina be enjoy. You know once again match here baby any my supporters nyina I have me fantastic supporters omu di match any team nyina you know you be continue our work say you be adwumaden ama you nyina enjoy your target you say your target.
Let me once again mention Ashanti Gold being the corporate mother, and when it comes down to Bibiani here, we have Ashanti Gold.
Yes.
Let me say a big thank you to Mr. Jean Bertram. He is the MD of Ashanti Gold, and rolling down to the financial controller, Mr. Isaac Oseyebua. He also doubles as the president of Gold Stars, and to lawyer Emmanuel Ledu, who is the community relations manager. I think the team falls directly under the community relations department. In fact, they have been all that we have. Look, without mentioning the paramount chief of Bibiani Stars, and who doubles as the president of National House of Chief. Ojiawo Nanaya Ojebi, the second. He also doubled as a life patron of the club, and he has been instrumental. Sometimes, if things are not going well, Nana will just say and we get on top, and we appreciate him so much. And going into our qualification, he was instrumental. We had him to chair the final coronation day, and he did the ceremonial or the historic trophy presentation, which is on record. And I think all these big men putting heads together is sustaining Gold Stars. And I believe we are in talks with a sister mine, Kinross Ghana Limited, and locally they are trying good mines. We had them donating a 33-seater Kia Granite bus as their token after the team have gotten promotion, and that was superb. And we are looking forward to see Ghana Bauxite Awaso. They are also coming. So we believe that by the 3rd or 4th season, Gold Stars will be well resourced so that we can have the mentality of fighting for the big champs.
So certainly, the Ghana Premier League has had a massive impact already here in Bibiani. The people of Bibiani breathe, feel and live football. The prayer is that Bibiani Gold Stars will remain in the Ghana Premier League and ensure that everyone here enjoys Premier League football, at least for some time.